sir. Yes. Oh, here we go. There we go. There we go. Coconut flour, where you at? Where you at? Oh, there we go. There's the coconut flour. Yeah, that's much. I don't know about that, boy. I don't know about that. I don't know what that is. What's up, man? Get this going, okay? We'll add a little bit of that root. Get a little bit of that root going. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll come back over to that in a minute. It's 72 degrees. Come back in on weird, you know? My cup runneth over with you. You funny. Oh shit! I got my. Oh man, this boy. I'm changed my jeans now. That's what happened to me. Look at cabbage heart. As kids, we used to eat that with salt. Excuse me. Let me shout y'all out. Oh, what's going on, beloved? Mikey Hill, beloved. Six Boss, beloved. Marcus Williams, beloved. What's cracking? Oh yeah, it takes time to get here, but that's all. I'll start right away. Hey, Snow, what's up, baby girl? That's my love right there, y'all. G. Hines, what's going on, beloved? Rondo, what's up, beloved? Six Bob, what's up, beloved? Man, Wolf, I heard about the myth of the wild men of Europe, like beasts. You have any info on them? Who are they? Who they are? Were they a myth? No, I believe they were very real. But I'll talk about it again. I have some videos back in the day on here that discusses, if you never heard of the desert devils who attacked many caravans on the spice and the so-called Silk Trail, which came all the way to America. I told people the Great Wall went everywhere. The Great Wall wasn't in some fake China by those people that didn't make it. We have the wall that goes all the way to Texas and Mississippi. The one over in Africa, Australia, the wall was everywhere. Like I said, there were fronts and things we had to fight. But yeah, there's a reality to that. Our ancestors did a lot of stupid things. When you're that powerful and you know other things, Atlantis and all that fall, and what happened. We experimented and we created some shit we once, well, not all of us, obviously, but the teams. Ergo scientists or whatever, geneticists, this is stuff, nothing new under the sun, remember? Under the mother's gate. Yeah. And there's still remnants. And you can see that in deformities. But that's a whole nother topic. And I appreciate you bringing that up. Very good one to grace everybody with. I appreciate y'all gracing me with your time this morning. It's wonderful to have y'all here. It is. Let me turn this down. My apologies. I hope you was able to hear me. I let my voice go a little deeper so I can berate the acoustics, excuse me, of this 440 or 404 or whatever. I'm going to the range today, guys. I can't apologize for falling asleep around 6:30 or 7. I just can't do it. I was sitting here reading. I want to play the music, but I don't want to copyright on this. I was listening to some pretty awesome friggin' music. It's like a mixture of Caribbean, Afropop, Cubano, like, you know what I'm saying, Latin. This stuff is phenomenal. I had it down low, and I was just reading. As you see, I was actually reading these books, making sure everything was in correlation. And I was like, I gotta go back on at least twice. I don't care if I read late. I remember I laid on my side because I always put this comfort. If anybody knows the winners of I've been one line, this comforter goes right here on this seat. Usually it's up on the back and everything, but I didn't do that yet. It's so comfortable, y'all. We're talking about a $600 comforter, okay? I was out like a light. I woke up about 12:30, 1 o'clock. I was like, you got to be kidding me. I ain't having the porch and the patio lights on, everything was just dark. Even the dang smart TV timed out on me. I was like, should I go on right now and just read and whoever wakes up gets to see it? I was like, no. It's the seasonal weather. It's
That's all I can say. All right. Pretty awesome dream too. I wanted to address this here. Yes, sir. Let me see if I can pull it up in my records here. Fully charged. I haven't even been on it. Airplane mode. Let me take it off. I don't get no notification with the airplane mode. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Pull up the right thing. Whew, child. Okay, let me read this first. Let me see. No, that's Michigan events. No, I'm just going to pull it up as it should be pulled up. Because they'll lie about everything. And this fake ass education system and everything. A lot of you know about the Snyder Act and, excuse me, and you also know about the Indian Citizenship Act of 1924. You got to remember that, I've heard people talking about this. You got to remember that whenever they're speaking, because all this was triple speak, it's all about you. Yet, and other people who are indigenous to this land, as far as we are the autochthonous people of this land, regardless of what people believe. But we had commerce and trade, and everybody knew about this place, and but we stayed to ourselves. They want you to believe that the Snyder Act and all that's about the right to vote and this, that, and the other. Well, that's one part. But the Snyder Act of 1924 admitted Native Americans born in the U.S. to full U.S. citizenship. Right? Snyder Act, right? And the Indian Citizenship Act of 1924, the Indian Citizenship Act of 1924 was an act of the United States Congress that granted U.S. citizenship to the indigenous peoples of the United States. A lot of people want to believe that it's the Mongols. Well, I'm going to show you some pictures because, see, our Mongolian brothers and sisters have got it really misconstrued. They believe, they don't want to accept the fact that their ancestors, after the tsunami of a megaton explosion bomb, whatever, that sunk islands and destroyed a whole lot, created tsunamis unbeknownst to you, created anywhere from 72 to 240 meters of mud. We're talking about powerful basin washes that there's people under the ground, y'all, that are still like Pompeii, stuck in bones in these little holes that have hardened. Okay? Since the 1800s, when it, okay? Dead. Billions. No, for real. And then these things went about murdering everybody and setting up cult, like actually devouring a lot of them. Like I said, those bones under the Vatican, yeah, that's all from that. And those who they killed afterwards. But a lot of y'all know I've been to the Pima Reservation many times. And when I told people that, well, you look in Brazil, you go to the Mississippi Gazette, or Louisiana Gazette, 1800s, whatever. Australia, the Caribs. Two distinct people means the pygmies and us. Shades, yes, shades, of course. But this is a Pima Indian, a Negroid. Just like the Australians, people on Easter Island, by drawing a definition with those tall, like we had the Olmec heads, the 17 they say they found, the spears that were used for war. In Brazil, same. I've been to Brazil so many times. Remember, I got a kid there. Anyway, right? Can't help it with them big booties. But anyway. And even further down, Belize and so on. We've always been here. But then when you start looking at the Pima today, what do you see? Mongol, you see Spaniard, French, Dutch. You see the incorporation and the conquering. Not of everybody, because there are still some actual 100% Pima. You would just never know who they are because they've molded in to your communities. And the Moors want to say that's a Moor. No, that headgear right there is based upon clan and tribal affiliation of what position. I'm so tired of you Moors, man. You so-called Moors. Fine, be a Moor, but I'm so tired of a 7-wrap turban, as you express. It's nothing but a 7-wrap headpiece, right? The Anahuia and the Cree also had people that wore those in prestigious places. Wearing clothes, okay? The Peckerwood wants you to believe they're civilized because they're wearing clothes. No, we always wear clothes. Now I want to show you a Negroid that has obvious conquistador, because that's what they did, y'all. If you never read the stories, if you believe in the story of the conquistadors, the way they painted it, other than the conquistadors being something obliged to the Vatican, coming to murder as many men as possible, take the women because couldn't stop them being at sea traveling and raping as many women. We have it in most of our families. Pima or Puma, you can call it whatever you want. Okay, here goes another brother. Pima. Not no goddamn Mongolian. More in lieu of Australia, Australoid. Okay, of a Negroid factor. So that was easy for them to come in and set people in our place. They're puppets. Sad to say that, brothers and sisters of that dynamic. That's what you are. I don't get into this race and all that shit. I don't do it. Okay? And I know most people have a hard time because the people in my family's got straight hair. I got very thick, coarse, wavy hair. You want to see Pima Indians who are the factor that started? I had somebody reach out to me one time. I showed that picture. Talking about, yeah, it's my cousin. I'm looking at this motherfucker. Yeah, okay, well, you're a remnant of who your people used to be. These are Pima Indians. So somebody tried to say, oh, yeah, but that's an African mix. I was like, you're a retarded motherfucker. And so you could tell by the graft of what the Zionists have done, the custodians. Have you really been paying attention? Have you really? You would think that he'd be getting on a didgeridoo. Now you don't see him in his union, and you don't see him in his union or World War I, is it? Because you know Buffalo Soldiers fought in World War I, right? But anyway, you don't see him in his union suit. Like a goddamn Mongolian. And he's not a mix. See that cigarette in his motherfucking mouth? Tobacco. See, when you start bringing these things up, now this guy looks like some relatives of mine, actually like my great-grandfather on the Chickasaw side. People have a hard time dealing with the people that came here and made war with us and then slept with many women. Women have needs. And most of our ways have been lost. Like I said, potion, take it. Everybody goes to sleep, wakes up, and don't remember shit. That's real. When the pain's too heavy. Instead of the real Masada. It's like the North Rim of the Grand Canyon, to which they don't want nobody to go. They can't really stop us, but y'all people don't even know how to get them come to a goddamn good old fire burner and learn how to meditate and listen to some stories without cell phones and mics and shit all around. You're too lazy. Damn shame, really. I've got pictures of other tribes and all that. So, and we all know the most telling of this of it all is in their own fake ass history books. It tells you that the Pelskins didn't arrive here until when. So why are they running around playing Indian? Cause of Zionist Hollywood. And yet, 20 years of Hollywood, we were the Indians. We know what James Baldwin said. I'm not your Negro. And when you saw Mickey Rooney, Cowboys and Indian, killing off the Indians, you are the Indian. Why is that people have a hard time accepting this? When Martin Luther King makes his famous quote at part of that, I have a dream, and we find a Negro. And you already know the rest of it. Why do people ignore that? Because they don't read it and tell it. They just go that, I have a dream, and show that little park standing over to which we built. The fact that Abe Lincoln really was a Negro, Swarthy don't mean tan and light brown. And red don't mean that you're brown skin. Red was determined by the French. Let's scalp them, because they were the ones that came with that crap when they were killing our ancestors off, right? Scalp them and make their black skin bleed red. That's what red skin means. So I am so tired of these people that think they know everything and don't know the first thing about nothing. And then when they get somebody who's actually, I tell you I'm a historian. Does it mean I know everything? No. I want you to move away from just the climate that everybody's in. You are more than that. But you have a bunch of knuckleheads who are having a hard time accepting the reality. And yet they'll say that, oh, the pale skin is the enemy and he's done this, that. They don't know half of, they don't know 85% of what these bastards have done. Well, we'll listen to you because you're the CIB. Man, fuck that CIB. That CIB is long gone. I don't need nothing from them to dictating who I am, because they got a bunch of dumb motherfuckers working in banks and everywhere else that when shit fall, they'll be committing suicide. I don't advocate violence, but this is a fact. All those motherfuckers out there with their mouths goofing around, playing their video games, all comfortable. They'll off themselves. So they'll do us a big favor, but it's sad that they have to do it that way instead of being ignorant. Actually realize the truth that is no longer hidden. And those fake those fake Zionists, Ashkenazis. Even that's a stolen identity, but regardless of that, no, actually, Ashkenaz is good enough for y'all. They have you running around as the true Ishmaelites, to which all our people are here. I'm not into that religious, and Hebrew is a fucking language that's based on something that nobody's speaking. It's complexity because it's in the languages broken up. Actually, it's probably what originates all this shit we're dealing with. Well, there's a lot more to it, and I can't really go into that. It's a lot more research. And a lot of people believe they found answers in this, that, and all that. Whenever when you go into a spade game, do you go in with a full deck or half a deck? So I always say research doesn't mean once you find something that you go and start blah, blah, blah all over the place. You research upon research upon research. Somebody actually quoted that one time. You must. This is our ancestral soil. We don't own it. We belong to it. They think they own something. You can't own something that was never meant for you. So they had to lie and create all this fallacy. Just like taking police to Israel, to Palestine, training them in the most abhorrent ways and then bringing them back here and then them applying it. That's why you have the torture places in Chicago and Florida and all these other places. I say blow them up. I say find them and deal with them accordingly. That's what I say. Well, again, y'all are too lazy to even understand. You think it's a game. See, we've never had it us against them. They've made it them against us in all walks, whether it's worthless Negroes in the police departments, fire departments, or whatever, and then the real slaves, the pale skins. An experiment gone way fucking bad because the Zionists have made it that way. Please do not try practicing fucking magic and all that stuff and listening to people that say they're really good at it. Don't do it. I would hate to see one of y'all fuck up really bad. There's ways to do things, people. And it's not all about outside shit. Okay? And I just really hope you all are paying attention. Seriously. I know some people are like, when are they going to come and help and free us? Didn't I say it's an inside job? To have people looking outside themselves while curtailing them to look inside themselves, I think is a beneficial, beautiful thing. You are your savior. But you're going to have to shake the shambles of lies, deceit, self-deceit, and fear. Is there something out there? Of course. But goddamn, how long do y'all want to stay asleep? How long do you want to be somebody's fucking dinner? the appetizer, the fucking main course. Huh? Hey, I'm Baby Slaughter. What's going on, beloved? How you doing? Herbal, what's up, beloved? Let's see who else came in here. Evan Smiley, aka, what's going on, beloved? Excuse me. I love when people come in to speak. Dondre Baldwin, what's going on, beloved? Grand elevation as always. No, Big Pontiac. No, I don't watch football at all. No, hell no. Shit's rigged. I don't watch no sports. All of it's crap. I used to watch UFC until I started realizing a lot of them were pumped up on shit, and it destroyed. When you got to be on testosterone and all these other things and caffeine and all that crap and overtraining yourself, it's like, they all that hard training is a beautiful thing, but they're overtraining. It's not that serious, but no, I detest it. I detest, because it is not what we created. It's a perversion, and it's used as such. Most of the football players know it's all a gimmick. They know it's rigged. It's the people who don't know. But, yeah, I used to watch it religiously. I'm grateful that I stopped quickly because I played it, I like being a tight end, wide receiver, and shit like that. And speed on my, on the wheels, But people need to pay attention, and see things for what they are, not how they've been laid before them. There's times you could take 2 white sheets, one slept on and everything, and still looks new, right? Fold them up, put them in a container, a plastic container, give them to people and say, here you go. One's brand new and the other one is used. Hey, you're already brand new. And they'll take them out and be sleeping on and everything. And the other guy, he had rickets and everything else. And see, what you call that, scabies? And now everybody's sitting on that and sleeping on it. You know what I'm saying? What's say the mind's eye? It doesn't say the eye is mine. The mind's eye, right? Anybody, sleight of hand, can be fooled into believing something that doesn't there. I remember I did a little trick with a quarter and everything. I used to do magic tricks, and I'm not doing that today. But we either want to hold on to the lie, or we want to separate from the lie and destroy it. So that means you got to kill you, who you thought you were. And some of y'all been doing that for a while. You've accepted it. Plausibly, you are orthogonous, you're indigenous to the land. And there's some who aren't sure and still searching, and it's made hard because a lot of destruction, a lot of things have happened. But I always tell people, first, I don't call that land Africa. Now you got them people from over there, let me stir this right quick, who are unaware that our culture has hit everybody, all over. Japan, Korea, people wearing afros, even over here. Man, I don't even want to go into the dancing. Africa wasn't doing all that jambalaya dancing and stuff until we made a source of something. And if you actually go back and watch the 1920 film rolls, you'll see a lot of those dances they're doing now. Our brothers were doing in the on the bean circuit. Facts. And that's why I had to shut one down and show him a couple of videos, and he was like, "Oh, I didn't know that." Yeah, stop all that bullshit. Woo-ha! Yeah, baby. That's it. Boil up, baby. Boil up. Put some vegetables in there. Oh, my goodness. Did I get some oil up in there now? Yes, sir. Woo, child. This is some good stuff. Spicy, spicy. Cayenne pepper. Get some cayenne. Get some cayenne pepper. Woo! Ooh, damn. That's how I got it on me last time. Bread, stop making a mess, nigga. Alright. I'm getting on my Timberlands. I'm gonna be upset. Turn that on low. Okay. Damn, that's spicy. My apologies, people. My apologies. Anywho. So I had pulled up my tab and showed a couple of dance videos. And I says, what does that look like? They look like leg juke, right? I said, see these brothers and sisters doing that fast? 20s, you know, when they was doing the hopscotch and all that stuff. And y'all ever pay attention to some of the dances they were doing? Probably not. Everybody knew everybody. You see how divided people are? I always say, stop with that out of Africa shit. No disrespect to my people, which is obvious over there. But a lot of them have been grafted into the law because they have been centralized coming over here to go to school and everything else and look at us as if look down on us. How dare those niggas? And then a lot of them on the damn so-called fictional West Coast and South Cape, right? Them niggas is from here. So I don't have time to stand around with some parents, 5 generations raised their damn children ignorant as fuck, when many of them actually know they're from here. And they don't cross hairs and cross problems. It's certain ignoramuses because of what we've done around the world. Fuck that faggot W.B. Du Bois and all them other ones. You know they were traitors. We already made that. We've ascertained information. There's plenty more of it out there. Just calling up on 2 of them is enough when you want to get into Plecker and, you know, the Vanderbilts and the Rothschilds and whatever, okay? Why is the world is still confused? You even have one African, I've got the video I was going to share and do a witch-call with it, right? A duet. Who's saying, oh, but in Africa, South Africa, we beat the pale skins in 1994. Nigga! They still running y'all shit. I see monkeys over there shaking hands with the motherfuckers with bricks and all that. Like we fucked something up. When it's not us. It's the goddamn government. But you're pissing us off, brothers and sisters over there. And that's the last people you want to piss off is us, motherfuckers. Your cousins. Stop listening to them dumb ass niggas like Umar Johnson. Nigga never come over. I heard somebody say he watched come my bill. You'll never see that nigga come and debate me with his frivolous bullshit. Still pushing, and he's even doing it more. Black. And you niggas are still buying into that shit. I'll be a nigga for 1,000,000 years before I be black or any goddamn thing else that's less, because Negro is synonymous with being an Indian. Say, oh, hey, what you put up there, hon? Religious Crimes Code of 1883. I was going to pull that up. God damn, bro. Bans native dances, ceremonies because our dances generated energies and frequencies, and they were killing people. Yeah, yes, convinced with I love to see other cultures because, but that's a fact. Triple A, what's going on? What's happening, beloved? Ike, what's going on? What's going on, beloved? What's happening? Let's see, make sure I didn't miss nothing there. Okay. And I enjoy all these new cultures and everything. They're fine. But honestly, before this reset of the 1700s, so-called, it was about culture. It was about life. Actually living. It was about the future because we were in it. So what they did was they added 1,000 years because they said, wait a minute, if they see the reality, they'll know exactly when we started creating problems here on these lands. And then you go back to the 1st century, then you go back to the 7,000s, 8,000s before this reset. So what they did want to rush to the next one because they said, wait a minute, they've been paying attention, they're waking up too quick. Possibly, I'm not saying it's a fact. And yet, they have made sure that y'all are slothful and lazy. You're doubtful. You're self-deceiving and deceptive. One and the same, right? Deceive, deceptive. I don't know. Go and read those. All right? They allude to the same thing. But I come to be deceptive with love and everything else to pull you in and to beat you, baby. Right? Deceptive. To deceive, well, you know I'm the enemy, yet I still had people in the background doing something, and I was able to deceive you, making you believe that I had stopped. Deception, deceit. It's just like saying conspiracy theory. Without the theory, there could be no conspiracy, and without conspiracy, you can't relegate it to a theory. You see how simple that stuff is? Hey, Hope Ransom, how you doing, beloved? What we're doing, we're sitting there, we're listening to me. I went over to TikTok and I did a live, first one, just to inform people. I don't care about emotions or feelings and shit. I just don't. They don't win any prizes, nor do they get you anywhere. Unless you have to delve deep because you didn't do the meditation, the dietary, and the mind cleansing. So you're fractured upon what people say. I had to clarify and let them know that when I come over there, whatever I express, it's going to be something relevant instead of politicking and all the other shit. Because you got all the people on the Trump's dick and all the people still. If you're sitting there for Biden, you don't even speak to me, motherfucker. Trump's no different, but like I always said, slow death or the fast death. It's up to you. You shouldn't want no death at all, but in the time and devices that they're utilizing until you free your mind, your ass will follow, you dig? But when it comes to history, we're not just the fucking indigenous, autochthonous, because Indian is synonymous to the Negro or indigenous. That's the word, right? Wordplay, indigenous Indian, all right? But we're more than that. And we've had enough players who shouldn't really be speaking over the last decade, who have convinced themselves that they know more than everybody else. And sadly, they're 100% wrong as usual. People have went so hard against the Hebrews, not knowing that they were going against the language. Like when you say, I'm a Hebrew Israelite, so use a language Israelite. You speak the fucking original language. See, that's why I never parlayed with them. And I know that Master Farad, who had 41 or 42 identities, created that in 1939. He got with the other motherfucker, half Ethiopian nigga, Indian, right? And created that, which Farrakhan still pushing that bullshit. And most people have a hard time dealing with it because, you look at Philly and all those Muslims and they all fighting and killing each other, rapping and thugging and BBLs and all the other goofy shit. No different than Cali, because most of those niggas from Cali are from all the East Coast and Midwest. But when you address these things, people have a hard time dealing with it because how dare you come with my innocence and my debauchery and speak a fucking truth? Well, sometimes you got to rise above the occasion and not be fucking warlike, but be the embodiment of fucking war. Because the little monkeys will run all over you. Don't be as the fucking monkeys, stealing bananas, swinging from tree to tree because you have no place of position, when your place of position is right here. See, we got a lot of people watching that has a hard time hitting the fucking like button. It helps the algorithm, it helps me get my message out. But I know how it is when you don't have a message. So it's hard for you to comply with something that might be beneficial in the long run. Just come here and fucking look. What the fuck did he say? What's he talking about? What the fuck? Worthless. Gotta go back to the range. Better not be out there messing with them rocks. I figured out how to get them. Got to work on them groupings. So I got a whole bunch of these I'm going to take out to the outdoor range and set up in 100 yards. Enjoy myself. I wish y'all were here to enjoy this shit. Anybody's welcome to come. Anytime. Hit my Gmail. Boom, boom, boom. I haven't checked that in 2 days, though. And set it up. Come out. Go around. Let's have a little good time, It's not complicated. Anyway, I'm going to get off of here. I'm going to come back and read. I got to eat. I made my cabbage and my veggie stew. So we might go a little further into the Snyder and the Indian Citizenship Act. There are many people who read about these things and they break it down pretty good. It's 1924, but you got to go up to 1930 as well, even 1925 and stuff like that. So we'll get into that sometime, okay? Because I think this stuff is kind of important. Maybe on the podcast or something. I think it'll be beneficial. Like I said, I appreciate everybody that comes in. Good to see you here, Hope Ransom. Good to see you here, sis. It really is, beloved. It always comes after the fact, but I think sometimes you're in here, right? I appreciate it. Very knowledgeable, y'all. I enjoy her lives and videos. She's very, very knowledgeable. Currently asking questions to family members due to the enlightenment from truth from this channel, which has exposed a lot for me. Well, you know, I'm actually sharing information that's out there, but I appreciate that, beloved. And I'm sharing things that people don't know about. Like I said, I've been doing this since AOL and MySpace. And I used to get just laughed at. When I was in the military, though, the funny thing in the military, people accepted what I said. And I didn't say a lot because I was always talking this. Like, you know, older guys were like, don't talk about that around here. I was like, why? And I'm young and old. I'm like, okay. Like, oh, shit. I hope the enemy didn't hear me or something, you know? And then we go fishing, be like Key Largo or Key West or whatever, right? The Caribs, wherever we are, fishing or whatever. I'm around old heads who knew who we are. I'm around Korean and Vietnam. I served with Korean and Vietnam and World War II vets when I was in the military, people who knew exactly. Those are the ones who took me to Edinburgh, Scotland, to that little place with the dinghy, little rift bar, whatever it was, with water on both sides, like fucking my hat. Drop me off in fog over my head. And I ain't see no homes or no nothing. It's a hill, road, hills, mountains, Edinburgh, Scotland. And they were just tipping their hat saying nothing. All right, Petty Officer Branch, you go on in. I thought they were setting me up a delectable Negro, you know what I'm saying? And I had to drink those 12 drinks. And I've asked people, you know anything about that? Only a few, you know, it's mind-boggling. And you know, it was 90, 87, 80, 85-year-old Masons. And they laugh at Prince Hall and all this shit over here. He says, if they only knew the truth, they wouldn't be part of that shit. But I know some of you got the little goofy ring and all that. You become a problem, a plague on your own fucking people. Don't give a fuck what you think you've learned. You ain't learned shit. Trust me. My boy Bostic, who was a Mason, in his 20s, cut my hair. He's like, man, how you get to learn this shit, bro? And I remember the day he took his ring and he went outside and he dug about a 2-foot hole deep hole, and he wrapped it up in foil or some other weird shit. I was like, here you go with that fucking shit. And he threw it in a hole and covered it up, packed it and everything. He made the right decision. Everybody wants to belong, but don't want to belong to each other. Make it make sense, right? Think about it. They want to be on these little, that's not who we are. It's the perversion that fucked us up in the first place. Trust me on that. Anyway, let me sign off of here. I appreciate y'all taking the time to listen. We're going to get deep. We're going to keep reading. Don't worry. I fell asleep early. God damn, I think it was like 6:30. I don't know what time it was. You know, I don't pay attention to time. I don't recognize this time. But I appreciate y'all. All right. And see you in a couple hours. What was that? Appreciate it, Turtle Line. That's right. The movie. Oh, wait. Excuse me. The movie with Mark Wahlberg about the trees killing people speaks volumes. Oh, you talking about, what was that, Stitch or some shit like that? That was pretty weird movie too. That'd be a good one to pull up. People in Europe ever get their land back? And by the way, isn't Europe an island? No, Britain. No, Prussia is not an island. And the autochthonous people of that land were our people. It's reality. There's many of our people still there. If you've never been there, they're wonderful, beautiful people. Great. So a lot of them are ignorant, and there are those who know. Like I said, you'll never see it in a book here, like, you know, school, or hear it on the TV, because that's part of the system of lies. They cannot divulge the truth. I mean, we all should know that by now. That's why I say it's paramount that, or indicative, I should tell people you need to fucking travel, people. I wouldn't advise that right now, though. That's why they're paying attention. That's why they're watching everything. So they create these calamities and shit. It's like, shut everything down, because the next vice is to create a martial law And all the people you see them arming and training, while you ain't armed and ain't trained and you're not together because you're comfortable thinking you're fucking safe all the time, dummies. When they create martial law, you won't be able to get with a team, learn how to bound and shoot and fight back, stop drones, this, that, and the other with the computers, learn how to make things, work together to dig in a certain place. No, you motherfuckers is too comfortable where you at. You love where you at. So, getting sun, grounding, all that's fine and dandy. That ain't shit. That's, remember I was saying, that's a better, but it's still a symptom. In order to get to the answer, it's a lot more. Yeah. We'll cover some of that. All right. Anyway, I appreciate y'all. I really, nothing but love and respect. I appreciate y'all. Shakira Johnson, appreciate it. Thank you, beloved. Oh, and y'all can still hit the Cash App. I'm what? Did y'all freeze up or something? I really want to get those books. I'm almost ready to take a couple $100 and buy these big ass 35 to come put bigger tires on my truck. I'm ready to take that and a couple another step rack and go and buy some big ass tires and put on my truck. What's up now? I'm holding that because they believing in y'all that y'all gonna help us get these other books. And I already told you it was all well, how much it was. I've added a lot of books, and I just figured this would be the one last time where everything's going in my dreams. So it's about 47 books, people. It's right at 1785. So we're doing good. Return of the Gods is a good book. I might just buy that for 15, 16. But I really want to be with us all right? So, you know me. You know, I stay looking for shit that's hard to find and most people don't have. You know what I mean? But well, yeah, Mark, it's $ Indian Gem hyphen the IJ uppercase N1. I appreciate y'all. And I'll see y'all here in a couple hours so we can get right into the hidden lands. Most confound them. And what the monkey do? I mean, heaven bearers. Because you know this right now, heaven bearers going to get a little spicy, y'all, ladies and gents. So don't have them children's in there. I know, hope you laughed. Oh, 2 minutes. Oh, it gets spicy, all right? It's going to still get spicy. It's having little intermittent points, you know what I'm saying? Running up and getting that squishy squash going. All right, let me stop. I appreciate y'all, all right? Mad love and respect. Beloved sisters, the crown of us all, my brothers, and the protection of that crown, 2 under 1. Jatahaya. What's going on, beloved? And I'll get with y'all in about 2 hours. Peace.